The ultimate enemy of archaic, extreme, intolerant, religious blind faith that still holds sway on far too much of a humanity may now prove to be the internet, like YouTube, etc. Just as the open constructive criticism, news and fresh exchange of views via the then technological possible 24-hour global satellite coverage of the likes of CNN beamed on past the decades closed iron curtain borders of the then Russian-dominated Eastern Europe, and helped by CNN bring down the quick demise of the flawed Berlin Wall and the hard currency and freedom-starved USSR, now likewise via satellites, etc., the internet may finally really awaken bona fide examination of extreme, intolerant, organized religious thoughts, actions, and the consequences of blind faith, emotional passions that rely on fear and ignorance as the main means of holding on to their believers, thus dangerously substituting real 21st century awareness for hype and centuries past assertions instead of open-minded scrutiny and observations. Many millions blindly accepting some fanatical, intolerant faith that's mostly been programmed in by parents, culture and societies is no evidence of adult intelligent legitimacy, but just an indication that too many of humanity still lack real widespread available knowledge for this 21st century knowledgeable time, often fueled on by lack of basic education, especially for women living in the dominated societies by religion, patriarchal societies that are dominated by men, with extreme examples such as the Taliban, where under their control to even basically educate women can mean a horrible death by slashing of the throat like some sacrificial lamb. Such brutality in the name of some vengeful God is beyond reason. Any religion or philosophy that assumes scientific basis for its beliefs and adherents needs to be fully open to scientific examination and criticism. So too, question must be the morality of suicidal violence on the innocent in the name of some unseen patriarchal God who apparently hates a fair portion of his own creation. I, as one human being, would never want to share anything with such a vengeful, dreamed-up God, let alone eternity. Total judgmental, our way or no way, except our hell's way, narrow-minded face need for all humanity's sake to wither under their own hypocrisy as they're fully comprehended and disseminated, and basic human knowledge, freedom, awareness and reality prevail, leaving, at least to much more enlightened secular societies where any humanity of faith are more overall loving and compassionate to all their fellow humanity, and far more focused on Mother Earth and nature than dominance, hellfire and eternal sex. Otherwise, crucial, collectively needed human responses to the other big 21st century threat for all of humanity of runaway global warming and its side effects, including lack of water for billions and other severe consequences through nature's reaction to our actions and inactions, could be blindly overshadowed by extremists in our Abrahamic religions who believe their God creates tsunamis, hurricanes, pests, and global warming, etc., as some sort of payback to the wicked, leading only to fractured, unsustainable human responses on global warming, which won't work, causing even wars over water and dislocation of millions from rising sea levels. Bangladesh alone could lose over half its land mass. Then what? More fanatical terror and their consequences? Maybe even weapons of mass destruction on humanity in the name of some extremist, illogical God? When fast-moving negative environmental changes are taking place around the whole world, like new patterns of weather extremes, the scary melting of permafrost, Greenland and the Arctic, etc. Nature is very strong and clearly warning us once and for all now. Who's really in charge? Always has been and always will be. And, whether we like it or not, nature will seek harmony with or without humanity. And that's something we can believe. Cheers.